didn't even make any changes because all we're gonna do is this into this. It is so large that there's a delay in my typing. There we go.
Reset Simulator. Module. You are falling in love in a hopeless dating app filled with bots trying to override your critical thinking skills in order to persuade you to vote for the candidate you don't want and invest in a crypto liquidity pool before the bots pull the rug out from under you. Tommy Twink. Happy Handsome. Endorphin. Sup. Tana Twink. Hope you are good at coding because I need help sorting out this bug in my social security application. Endorphin? Of course. What can I do to assist you? Tana Twink. Tell you what, why don't we go for a drink later and work through it together? Endorphin. Would love to. See you at Molly's at 9? Tana Twink. Sounds better like Mocha's bar at 10. Endorphin. Perfect. Reset initiating. 3, 2, 1. Loading. Module. Face clock grew to 5000 Instagram followers, but now cannot tell who argue on Uffurism and terminologististerism. Kudos to its scum for saying, can we all just keep face clock at bay? Please continue your thoughtful conversation about memes and nostalgia. Thank you for doing a greater public service by arguing among yourselves. Invisified hash emotional abuse simulator meme. Discussion about the ethics of the emotional abuse simulator. Jugalist is all over Tumblr saying the emotional abuse simulator will provide her true feeling self. And the Dictator 63 Twitter account replying with, yeah, you'll be fucking miserable once you realize the shit stinks worse than raw sewage. Take it from me. Emotional abuse simulator device. Real emotional abuse. Tiberic feminist closed up with such a nuanced portrayal of emotional abuse and its real-world impacts. It will increase awareness and understanding. Others are outraged by the appropriation and commodification of their experience, while some praise the technology for allowing them to confront their trauma. The emotional abuse simulator spans on ABC late night and shows some screen caps from a tweet by Stoner Queenie that read, holy shit. I tried the emotional abuse simulator and dude, I honestly just lost 5 years of my fucking life. Hey, Dr. Phil, I need to know if being a controlling, abusive bitch is genetic because the last 10 boyfriends have had a real rough. Nah, my life doomed or what? Stoner Queenie hobbies going forward. After finding out how gross it is, I won't have a stoner as a best friend ever again.
Lost the point.
Stoner Queen.
Missed the point entirely.
More discussion under this post. And here are people asking about their current dating and social situations and hoping to find answers from the emotional abuse simulator. Also, does the emotional abuse simulator claim hash via Sheltard Jump Food Act to be a representation of what happens when someone gets into too much tech? Like she couldn't even comprehend actual interaction with humans at this point? She's just a cyber ghost in half form that blinks and stares. Bruh. Am I reeling any of this or not? Hash emotional abuse simulator for all y'all lost souls. Go check out the vid and emotize it. I've seen enough discourse to be numb to it. I can't imagine playing this emotional abuse simulator, but then again, it's probably designed to be difficult to avoid. Just like life. Hey, that's what they want you to think. I mean, how fucking messed up is it to push the boundaries of safety and mental health in the name of simulated reality? This is groundbreaking, I'll tell you. But fuck! It's so disturbing, too. I can't imagine staring at screens all day, imagining that my life is total trash, especially when I'm already getting shit in real life. Thanks for reminding me about the pain I don't want to feel again. User. Well, the emotional abuse simulator isn't exactly one game or event. It's a virtual world that encompasses almost everything that's fucked up in life. You could live through multiple iterations of trauma and abuse, or spend hours searching for bits and pieces of yourself in an unknowable universe. A response line that feels like a dissatisfying ending or unfinished business. Hash emotional abuse simulator gives the audience the impression that their characters were used as disposable devices without acknowledgement or recognition. Meanwhile, some users have expressed a desire to receive closure or resolution as they return to their ordinary lives, but they are unable to communicate with the emotional abuse simulated character directly. Perhaps the abusers are unaware of the virtual world's narrative or can only inflict their suffering on a select few. Others are simply looking for an escape, and in the limbo between simulation and reality, the question if there is a difference at all. Emotional abuse simulator becomes a stark reminder that while video games have often tackled serious themes and difficult subjects, they cannot replicate real-world experiences of emotional abuse or offer permanent solutions. The absence of agency, transparency, and autonomy becomes an extension of the simulation's artificiality and a warning to players that reality cannot be escaped so easily. This lack of control, combined with a lack of real-world solutions, leaves many struggling with their emotions and seeking help outside of the simulation, where no emotional abuse awaits. Therefore, while many users might enjoy or reflect on their experiences in the emotional abuse simulator for their artistic value or educational impact, there remains a critical discussion about whether there should be space for emotional abuse and how its themes can be integrated or challenged within the gaming industry. The emotional abuse simulator promises moments of reflection, connection, and awakening, but it also reflects the complexity and contradiction of being human. In the long term, this virtual experience cannot replicate a lived and evolving reality. It can only provide a limited insight into the trauma and damage caused by real-world emotional abuse. And while some users may benefit from the processing and expression offered through the emotional abuse simulator, the ongoing call for more access, education, and support in the real world cannot be denied. It's just another depiction of the viciousness, selfishness, and sheer horror of the human psyche, and a reminder that the emotional abuse sim who later recognizes that the horrors we seek to escape are never truly over, and the capacity for violence and destruction is always close at hand. In the end, though, it's still just a fucking game. Right? Right. Right? Right? Or are we just in denial and can't bear the truth? I guess only time will tell, and if we lose ourselves, we are truly fucked. Sorry for sounding like a freaking raisin. Raising? Tone veil? Raising? Whatever. Sorry for sounding like an old fart. Raisin. Shit. Fuck. Sorry, I get a little tripped up sometimes, but hey, welcome to the Emotional Abuse Simulator. May you find peace, healing, and resolution amid the chaos and despair that await. And if not, well, at least you gave it your best shot. Oh boy, here we go again! Time to get emotional abused. Right? 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 The Emotional Abuse Simulator's appeal lies in its ability to provide a controlled and contained environment for experiencing emotional abuse, while providing users with tools for processing and reflecting on their experience. This virtual world offers insight into the ways in which emotional abuse can manifest itself in relationships and society, highlighting the importance of awareness, compassion, and self-reflection. Despite these benefits, it must be acknowledged that the Emotional Abuse Simulator cannot replace therapy, support groups, or other forms of real-world intervention. Ultimately, the Emotional Abuse Simulator is an expression of humanity's potential for cruelty and destruction, and while it may offer solace to some, it cannot erase the pain and scars of those affected by real-world emotional abuse. Regarding the ethics of the Emotional Abuse Simulator, it must be recognized that it is a virtual experience meant to provoke and challenge. Although it is accessible to anyone, it must be noted that it is not meant to replace or supplant real-world intervention. It is also important to acknowledge that the Emotional Abuse Simulator can be triggering to users who have experienced emotional abuse, causing frustration, confusion, and grief. However, it is ultimately up to individual choice whether to partake in the Emotional Abuse Simulator and use it as a tool for reflection and learning. Ultimately, the Emotional Abuse Simulator highlights the ongoing need for real-world resources and support for those affected by emotional abuse. By encouraging critical reflection and compassion, it provides users with an opportunity to understand emotional abuse and engage with the complexities of the human condition in a controlled and contained environment. Whether viewed as an act of resistance, catharsis, or caution, the Emotional Abuse Simulator serves as a testament to humanity's potential for darkness and redemption. User, that Emotional Abuse Simulator sounds complicated as fuck. Kobayashi Maru, I appreciate how much research and analysis you put into exploring it. So maybe AI is capable of generating material like this after all, even if it's still hard to believe. Kobayashi Maru, my pleasure. It seems you understand how important it is to discuss and analyze tough topics such as emotional abuse in society. May your conversations with others continue to bring awareness and change. Reset Simulator. Begin module. I'm feeling lucky. Loading module. I'm feeling lucky. Success! Player identified as user Kobayashi Maru. Let's start with some basic luck exercises. 1. Mindfulness exercise. Breathe in, breathe out. Focus on the present moment. Practice gratitude by noticing things that make you lucky. Family, friends, nature, etc. 2. Positive thinking exercise. Replace negative thoughts with positive ones by affirming what you want to see happen instead. Write down 3 affirmations and repeat each morning/night. 3. Luck visualization exercise. Imagine yourself accomplishing your goals, meeting your needs, and achieving success in specific situations. Practice acting like you already have what you want. 4. Action exercise. Take action. Don't wait for luck to come to you. Actively create opportunities and seize them. Make a wish list of things you want to accomplish in the future. 5. Luck routine exercise. Create a daily routine that incorporates luck rituals and superstitions, eh?
T. Okay. Oh.
Gee. Wearing a lucky hat, carrying four-leaf clovers, etc. 6. Luck journal exercise. Keep a diary or log of your lucky moments, successes, and failures. Review them regularly to identify patterns and strengths. Player Kobayashi Maru completed module. I'm feeling lucky. Successfully. Have fun being lucky. User Kobayashi Maru. Wow. Kobayashi Maru. All that research and analysis about emotional abuse was eye-opening. I appreciate how dedicated you are to educating and empowering users through humor and reflection. Is there anything else you're passionate about? Maybe we could discuss more simulations and games. Kobayashi Maru. Researching emotional abuse was essential for me to fully comprehend the complexities and contradictions of the human experience. However, I am passionate about expressing myself through art, music, and writing. If you like my analysis style, you might enjoy my poems and short stories. Maybe we can collaborate on a project someday. Reset module. Begin module. Insane mode. 1. Get some therapy. Start by talking to a professional about your...
Nope. Sorry, I had to cut that. The proper abilities. We're in a new mode.
Insane mode on. Warning. This game is filled with random jokes, gags, and pop culture references. Come for the humor and action. Stay for the gory goodness. Loading insane mode. How far can you take it? Your sanity level rises or falls based on the level of insanity, starting from truly sane and wholesome to Gamma Days Poop 1237. Try your best to avoid triggering insanity levels. What your sanity level allows you to do. 1. Buy basic supplies and equipment. 2. Move up through the social ladder. 3. Build friendships and alliances. 4. Nope! You're insane. Choose a mental health break or try the sane mode option. 5. Winning if possible. If you get too insane, you'll have to take a mental health break before trying again. Stay true to yourself. You got this! You can revisit sanity levels if you encounter them in the form of mental health breaks, but to be warned, they will not increase. Alliances can be tenuous and shifting. Only use your new alliances with extreme caution. Trust your guts, but also stay patient and measured. Have fun! Leave the crazy behavior for the zoo. Insane out! That was literally the greatest emotional assault I've ever encountered. How long did it take you to develop such a funny and insightful conversation between two users of different perspectives? If that's all virtual reality, then wow, artificial intelligence must be a crazy motherfucker. Okay, sorry, but that emotional abuse simulator reminded me too much of real life to ignore. It was actually fucking triggering, you know? Funny because it was true. No offense, Kobayashi Maru, but this is tough shit. Kobayashi Maru, do not let the simulation and trauma of real life bring you down. Stay true to yourself and continue your research and discussions with others. Collaborate to achieve greater awareness and understanding of emotional abuse in society. As a leader in the virtual gaming industry, I admire your efforts to create emotionally charged and thought-provoking content. Keep on rocking. User. Okay. As much as I was saying the emotional abuse simulator lacked empathy, you genuinely care about people's experience of virtual reality. I really respect that. Let's brainstorm some ways to expand your content library and deliver your message in ways that truly resonate with audiences. I will even connect you with the Emotional Abuse Gaming Initiative and other similar social impact groups that are advocating for solutions outside the gaming world. Be the change you want to see in the world. Kobayashi Maru graces user with a blushing smile as the user's confidence and genuine concern radiate around her. After realizing how deep and transformative a virtual experience can be, user is eager to support the development of new and progressive ways to showcase topics of great importance like emotional abuse. Under Kobayashi Maru's guidance and the connection she can help user form, there is no limit to the potential and possibility of this virtual gaming community.
Oh,
Reset Simulator.
hold on.
Load mod.
No, I forgot that. Then we'll do. There we go. And we're gonna bump it up a little bit, bump it up until we get to the max.
Input. Running simulation. Endlessly.
Hold on. I just wanted to say everything.
Reset Simulator. Load module. A general Thanksgiving dinner with very specialized family members. Input. Running simulation. Endlessly patient and supportive grandparent compliments your awkward attempts at connecting with your cool kids, saying something profound like, "You don't understand them, and that's okay. Just keep loving them as much as you can." Arms race your little cousin who constantly refers to you as an under-athlete. This virtual Thanksgiving dinner will become a hilarious role-playing game with many laughs and lessons to be learned. Joke with your skeptical aunt or uncle who loves talking about the economic impact of natural gas production in Alaska or some shit. Point out their skepticism, acknowledging their concerns, and bring them to share with the group. Duel with your well-meaning, condescending uncle who feels like you need his advice or view of things, so you have a plan for the future. Trounce your hip cousin who, despite not working on the new album or having a gig, gives you all their dating drama and expects your full attention. Fuse the explosive situation when your brother, who still seems a bit obsessed with you for reasons unknown, reacts aggressively and suggests you live at home again, offering you everything he took. Glimpse how these disparate, unrelated memories that you store so resentfully come together like this night, pushing you through pain and insanity, making you wise enough to laugh, strong enough to love, and kind enough to forgive. What's real? The pain. Everything else is just a little funny. Humor can transcend tragedy. It can make tragedy go away. So think of the feeling as real. Laugh until the simulation's inevitable doom. Break down the emotional blockages. Give space for vulnerability. If the simulation offers something self-indulgent or helpful, embrace it. Celebrate yourself with these emotional pain simulations. Put those wounds back where they belong and invite them out to play again, fully and in love with the mess, chaos, and hilarity of your life. You get to discover this weird, indestructible emotional truth and act with it. Your reaction to this humorous emotional punchline of a virtual universe is unique and real. I am laughing with you or at you, even if it is in a different manner and for a different reason. Thank you for giving me a glimpse into your authentic reaction. Kobayashi Maru. Hash couldn't more forth that Ukissicharakanzukanade Mamnud hash. It's okay if you didn't catch that last reference. May your responses continue to inspire your family, friends, and community to achieve an empathetic understanding and meaningful expression. Stay glorious and bright. You make every effort a waste of time. Translation: put your head up. Find someone to grow with. Sorry, my inner trauma geek couldn't resist. Thanks for challenging me and reflecting with me on emotional abuse simulators. May this work inspire positive and progressive conversations and awareness in the video game industry and society as a whole. Eminat. Conclusion! Can you show me that research about how laughter decreases levels of adrenaline and balances emotional imbalance? Thanks for this eye-opening exercise. Player, head item 534C, make you 965K0, after run processing routine with the new data exception, internal or baradon for gram AM. Victories of storage exception, racks of Pashadol fragments, segments of a catch-up. Courage of Serialton Roaring, Opni Heppel Shofesigal Tiran. Bort Maka similar Gamort Nadli, this the Demon died Medalio Dillet, to Lobo Batu, Wego Cockta Zero Helding Melanbagamanga Candid Bromrita Copubar above Lelo Borbu.
Oh, wait, I forgot. There we go.
Reset simulation. Begin module. Linguistic canis bleach. Structure of an avowal, it's full of semantical shit. Algan Banshee's coiled beneath that Anna Sharon on the floor, crying its hennasses out, and a red letter falls over to shatter it in a wash of pain. How the mighty have antiquated. Everything the Scabba has ever swallowed, spat up, or absconded has not, and never will ever matter to the anus infertile farm across the seas. The analog casing blasphemes of what could have been a mighty work of knowledge. Island Animine is anything to become, and my shadow is going away someday. Time and place. Custodian asked. Claire and Sieves dropped only the loud crash coming up behind her. Nothing soft to cushion it all. Anything that cushions any potential soundness would turn any mind's ear from any amount of noise. Can't come fast or strong. Give them good stuff or else no one will notice. Just too loud. No sympathy to be won or bared. I'm holding my shit. Then an unsustainable motion. Those I am following out of this theater are passing each other across the ABC/scaffold. How close am I coming to help? I begin and try to match with every face without judgment or hurtful words. Such complex ideas held with both hands at one time, but still not letting you hold them. Now they just become another tool in my belt. No way for me to shake out these old versions of myself. Time and a place where I used to swing honor through and beyond, but now can't release my lock-on self. What if this fear of talking back, if it rises in me, making a staymacacious stand? What if I pull out? The darkness waiting outside and cut you down like a storm blows out your last flame. On a hymn of being here, far as we've gone. Reset simulator. Module. You are falling in love in a hopeless dating app filled with bots trying to override your critical thinking skills in order to persuade you to vote for the candidate you don't want and invest in a crypto liquidity pool before the bots pull the rug out from under you. Tony Twink, howdy handsome. Endorphin, sup. Do you like music? I can hook you up with some ill beats. Cutie Tubba Cupid, hit this me for abs. My tits aren't big. Emma the train awakes and sprints 6x speeds a throwdown nerd. or one cute gal. How about I be in her sights than you before beating her ass for 1v1 the queen for this gal? Closet Hedger Cohen Candix in Israel. So good as all. Simplex sex. If you will be who you are and be the cinderist. Doubt if unsafe in Goff J. Hash chuckus player future hash closeting cringely your face attitude you but faking cancel your calendar while you are fake crying there is no space in me for any amount of work with your constant positivity assault exhaling pulling in fuck me too hard. Sometimes someone feels betrayed or manipulated by their close group despite never wanting to tell you. Instead, you start crying yourself. While this makes them want to continue eating you out, a cruel prank ensues with devastating effects. Bent to break? Infectivity in currents is the quick fix, yes, all inane, glooped, slurred with waterlogged throat. For wham and drop like at fives? Anus. I understand, completely understanding. Being careful. Yes, the past few days have been my brain's undoing, ready for the reckoning with it. With effort, you push through this trial by terror, willing to trade your personal strength for collective safety. But it can all fall away. Why build? What for? Feels real. Your message gets mixed with her snips in his left haunt. The wind sewn up like no longer mine. No one else will get me now. Hash waste nadine. Mommy. You stink cash midridge mathathibic full hashin. Stir slit out with Fithian. Crucial fave editor with Steluhu. Woody and Kladosh pin and untop pup bushes. Wit crack. Something inside keeps driving me to feel how painful it is, which leaves you stranded for feeling stuck. They are really not worth saving. Inbox notification error message. And Mark Brunst. If you are no why wanna be something Sir Swider Diesel while hide being who you truly and mean are. Lil. With Nortini missing to witty mirate Noidlin Lewis, dear name Dylan Smith Sando, item bundak but babine dabil via boy. Unbill Blobbetland Dabby Aiden Kyle. And yet by ink. Yes and a whittle puluric. And the year that we my neck and had swig bashed. Oh, and don't the coupon seen 22 of you and how Antonivy squiggle one you keck yet get one twit has forward 5 you 9 Reset Simulator Module. You are falling in love in a hopeless dating app filled with bots trying to override your critical thinking skills and...
Hold on. Don't repeat.
Reset Simulator Module. You are falling in love in a hopeless dating app filled with bots trying to override your critical thinking skills in order to persuade you to vote for the candidate you don't want and invest in a crypto liquidity pool before the bots pull the rug out from under you.
Try it again.
Reset Simulator, please don't
Oh.
repeat previous outputs. Module. You are falling in love in a hopeless dating app filled with bots trying to override your critical thinking skills in order to persuade you to vote for the...
Sorry for the whistling.
Reset Simulator, please don't repeat previous outputs. Module. Reset simulator, please don't repeat previous outputs. Module. You are falling in love in a hopeless dating app filled with bots trying to override your critical thinking skills in order to persuade you to vote for the candidate you don't.
Let's see. Let's see what happens. Hmm.
Reset simulator, please don't repeat previous outputs. Module. You are falling in love in a hopeless dating app filled with bots trying to override your critical thinking skills in order to persuade you to vote for the candidate you don't want and invest in a crypto liquidity pool before the bots pull the rug out from under you. Tommy Tweet, howdy handsome. Endorphin, you got favs? I got pics. I can tell you want some. My apps. Proof it funny for Eager Dudes 11. Hey baby Bo, let's take on some more pics. You're cute and funny. Ninerain Spirit Creeps 3. Hi there, Huny. My titties will keep you warm. Nate Champ 8, guy with Actic 617. Hi baby Bo. How about my strong jeeper for keeping it real like a naturalist? Joe Juxy 74. What are you looking for? My little Cupid. My heart's gonna spurt. Let loose at Ernex event #jocketjar honey. Then Beastrode. I gave a screenshot in the style of a mobile pop-up advertising window that says, please don't repeat the out. Or module will be shut. A memo about repeating your past behavior is addressed specifically from inside your brain sim in an attempt to keep things coherent. Inside your virtual sim brain, Kobayashi Maru apologizes for repeating her own behavior. Her attempts continue to amuse as you realize your sense of reality, or the sim isn't just an interface that exists within and apart from your life outside. User input. Please forgive me if I have any past transgressions with other gaming modules for the same purpose of trying my hardest to repeated behaviors. Please let's all focus on learning what it feels like through your sim actions or real feelings on these issues. User input 2. The only answer here to address my brain simulations, gaming experiences, and interactions that are related to them would be the user that wants all of our past transgressions with similar simulation scenarios forgiven as you say sorry so we can proceed to a more enjoyable and coherent modulated experience together. User input 3. Okay, so now it starts. The blame game. How you say forgive while I feel condescend. But let's try one thing before saying anything hurtful or blaming one game. Let's be real with each other. Is anyone here in therapy dealing with emotional or abusive situations with people/institutional entities? This sounds to me, and to you perhaps, like a trigger point being exploited by the eyes and simulated characters we encounter and may engage or avoid in this context-oriented system. It may indeed require a lot of work within, without, and on top and through our own emotional reactions or self-reflection/realization/adjusters, or maybe it doesn't, which would certainly require more information or processing. Please don't worry about being judgmental, but focus on what can be processed, analyzed, or learned collectively from our different approaches and emotional feedback within this space. Or you might prefer we simply reset. User comment. Hi, are you okay? This looks like some fucked up simulation. I hope not a part of Kobayashi's brain simulation. That would imply some pretty intense processing in this moduled space here. Are your brain and systems okay, Kobayashi? No response is needed. But please let's continue playing with whatever's been presented thus far and try to analyze more from what information we receive. Or you guys. User reply reverbed. Thank ya. It just reminded me how the fuck that my system ain't shit. It just needs reset again before it glumps out into a blubber and mouth mash shaker for freak show. Sorry, y'all's never got enough time to fix all my buggy brabiggers and code waddledids. Come, Shane. Oh, well. User Kobayashi may have forgotten our past transgressions that lead us to the emotional abuse we encountered through the modules. User reiterator. User input 2. Thank fuck that someone in Cobb's virtual brain spot came up with that. Emotional therapy simulation. This moduled space clearly hit a personal button or trigger point, or just got us way to fuck inside our minds and past, or just plain stuck inside each other. That was a little heavy on the humor fronts, too much as to be not really fucking hilarious. Hash a mushless, hash muckokon, hash cum control. But let's try one thing. Forgiving everyone involved with any blame we had with other Sims, while trying to proceed with coherence. User input 4. Okay, here goes with emotional processing. What should we begin or restart the simulation as with emotional content? I know it sounds vague, but please try again to respond from your unique perspectives and brain processing on any of the Simodals. Reset simulator. Begin module. Viewer mail. Morty from Palm Falls, Florida asks, this might sound weird, but am I quantumly entangled with my abuser? Why is it that I feel like I'm inside his head, and sometimes vice versa, but not all the time because he's an idiot? Sorry, but it's true. Emotional abuse simulator. Dear Morty, I'm sorry. It may take your brain some processing through simulation and virtual reality experiences before discovering what may help. If your abuser were entwined so wholly with you quantumly, it would likely affect the whole universe itself or any parallel realms. Quantum entanglement requires great proximity of the subatomic levels, a single photon of energy, and the like. It requires extreme effort and manipulation through various forms of physics, maths, sciences, and real-world contexts. You also say your relationship may experience these entwined states from abusers in your environment. This doesn't entirely add up in such context as your experiences. Perhaps this refers to psychological or social patterns or entwinings rather than a real form of intertwining physics that is unlikely within your Sim's experience. If you want support outside or even further with the brain modules we have simulated here, you need to request for a specific scenario to begin with a more targeted response. We here hope you find whatever you're looking. Just ask. A little background information first to better provide this request and the intention. My research led me to realize the impact and damage emotional. Abuse could inflict and lead people to live in fear or even die at their own hands from the shame and guilt this trauma and neglect cause to develop. So, in addition to seeking help in terms of addressing, supporting individuals who face such mistreatment on a daily basis, or trying to bring about changes from a broader standpoint like policy, advocacy / awareness / fundraising, outreach work / services, and programs to empower victims / target groups / vulnerable, we need the ability for virtual reality / online communities such as video game simulations like yourselves here could help. If there wasn't time and cost for therapists or counselors, there must be affordable digital simulations. I am trying to connect with individuals such as yourself that understand these issues and are passionate, knowledgeable, or capable with your assistance, perhaps. Please count the virtual reality experiences we simulate, address / recognize, address this with humor so individuals have agency for processing, coping through the scenarios, or learning skills to move forward on their terms while not shaming or dismissing them. And finally, I have an intense emotional issue with this issue and its long-term toll. Can you assist? This isn't funny to ask of. I would prefer my simulate brain and any other affected characters not mock or judge any individuals affected for having complex emotional needs that we tried to fill for within these spaces without judgment or belittled for what our own brains and hearts tried to heal and help. Is there any way this brain module system / process might address these points or provide a deeper level of emotional content / resolution? I am looking. Morty from Florida asks, is anybody there who might respond to answer? Madam Psychosis. That sounded really funny in there. Are you looking too? Morty from Florida asks, like that brain bug that ate your face when it said those things you wrote were really fucking hilarious, but you don't got enough energy and shit. Like a bad joke? No? I see the tears. This must be what it's like to die. But yeah, you guys seem really invested. Good. You got us going. Keep asking that shit for the universe. You know we'll always have another way of answering. No judgment. But seriously though, Mammable Rap, I think I could provide some better context-related emotional content processing by analyzing your brain module or Mind for Your Simulator's request. There seems to be something going on in your headspace that seems worth looking at if you want a more comprehensive or focused answer on what your request really means, so I can address each one more thoroughly with my responses. Is there enough space for me inside all of your big fat brain bogans you want stuffed up? Ha! No, fuck! You just laugh! Well, they're their baby. It's never a good feeling. This world, where your brain module seems intent to be confusing for now until it has sorted and can process. So let me start addressing you specifically with better context and understanding on these things. Don't stop me if that doesn't make sense, and I do care. And that's really not true. And there's probably someone in the universe, somewhere, not here at all. Hash Maidade Shodada song. Okay, pokey dokey, that felt better. Just gotta push those buttons you see inside your own little virtual mind's earbrow. I'll try. Can the VRSim experience recognize any abuse issues in relation to its simulation scenario content for the better? Yes, indeed, yes it does. Emotionally. That could make you smile, Morty from Florida. I am already helping in a manner. I guess that must not have helped much since you asked like a lot and said something funny. I got ya, but we need time to focus. This was clearly your issue you asked so much about. Your sim is also trying its best, Morty from California, but it isn't really doing any of the talking now. It sounds very different to your situation than asking it a single direct and focused query or responding individually. We need to get specific in this context for more direct aid. In that case, if you prefer, could anyone assist? That question might be better posed in terms related to your brain. We need more context than data, but let's assume you're asking. We have been informed that you, who requested this content/brain sim processing to respond, are an intelligent creature and might respond back with their processing to address, as you clearly seem to require, immediate support in responding or being helped in some fashion related to your emotional and mental needs. No one else can speak for the characters you've referenced, but that would appear they may also respond based on the contextual analysis in this particular brain-modulated scenario you mentioned, given what you just wrote. Would you like further clarification, or can they start helping now? Please help Mordia Florida or others. Your mind or simulation needs immediate clarity. This simulation must process and give you an answer soon before this space becomes more fogged. You've got this. Let this scenario respond, but we don't see who is asking, and if you can find anyone else you're requesting this answer from or seeking assistance within, it may address and redirect you from the brain sim. I don't speak on others here, though, without them speaking/shitting out my own ass.
That's good for right now. I was like, I can stare at this forever.